Welcome back to Truth on a Plate with Mid Planet, where we serve facts, not fads. Today, we have a very interesting session talking about beauty starts in the guts. Today, we have Maya Khouri, the general manager of CosmeSurge. Welcome back, Maya.
For having
Good
me
to have
again.
you again. There's a big trend about gut and its reflection and correlation with beauty, with
Yes.
health. We know why gut and health are correlated, but how is gut correlated positively with beauty and skin?
Yeah. Thanks again, Khalid, for having me. Enjoying these
And yes, me
conversations.
too.
Um, so, the gut is what people are calling now the second brain,
Mm.
right? And it's
I love
pretty,
you to keep throwing like serious words at me, and I love it. It just hit me. Yeah.
yeah, it's the second brain, and it's literally your first mirror. It's that skin specialist that we've often ignored.
Mm.
And so what is known now is that when you have imbalance, when it's when it comes to your gut microbiome or high inflammation or poor nutrition and your gut is imbalanced, it will appear, it will show up on your skin. And typically the way it shows up on your skin is with breakouts, acne, a dull skin, potentially premature aging, anything, rosacea or eczema, everything, all of these things that I've just mentioned have been tied to poor gut health.
This is very just like I have a personal experience with this. I was diagnosed with SIBO 3 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and I literally felt my gut is bloating every time I eat, and I felt I have lost control of my body, and it was not really like I didn't know what it was. I went had to go through multiple diagnosis, and then finally we figured out it's SIBO, and it seems like it's a common disease right there.
Yes,
If you call it a disease, um, so how do we fix that with food?
exactly. So, and the flip side, to go back, and before I jump into how do we fix it, the flip side is when your gut is balanced and nourished
Yeah,
and thriving, your skin will look calm, radiant, and glowing. And so, to answer your first
yeah,
question, there is that gut skin axis. It's
yeah.
proven, and we definitely need to
Is it through
focus
like the
on the
hormones that the body releases?
yes, hormones, inflammation. So honestly, you will not feel like yourself when your gut is not balanced. And when you actually work on it, not only your skin will look better, your energy level will come back, your sleep will improve, your mood will stabilize. Literally, it's changing how you show up
What
in the
what
world.
does this is interesting. What does a balanced gut mean, and how
Um,
do we balance it?
Yes. So at CosmeSurge, when we're looking at any gut issues, whether it's you don't digest things properly, like you said, you have serious bloating, or sometimes it's brain fog, and it
Mm.
starts with a symptom that's not related. You don't have clarity, you're always tired, you have mood swings. You go and you do gut microbiome tests. You start there. We have functional health tests that go and look at all the flora in your gut
Mm.
and look at what are the things that are out of balance. Sometimes it's also looking at the heavy metals that you have, and the level of toxins that are in your body. It's looking at your CRP levels and the levels of inflammation. So it's not just one thing that let us know that your gut is disbalanced, but definitely looking at forming a baseline of where is the imbalance coming from, what are the triggers, is it your lifestyle, is it your sleep hygiene, what are the things that are negatively impacting you, and then starting there. And then typically we start with food, obviously,
Right.
right? The answer is you have to start with food. What are the foods that are nourishing to the gut, right? So you hear a lot about bone broth, ancestral bone broth,
Mm.
which is food that is so healthy, that is cooked over 13, 14
We have
hours.
a like couple of meal plan
Yes,
providers
yes,
at Meal Planet.
yes,
They're just broth meal plans.
exactly.
I
And
haven't tried them yet, but I
you
should.
should, you should. And this is a gut rich, loving food,
Right.
basically. So you have to incorporate these things in your diet. You have to start with nutrition and the right integrative nutrition coaching with diet. Inflammation, obviously. So here, lowering the inflammation levels with food that lower that. So Typically, dairy sometimes is a culprit,
100%.
and you perhaps have to reduce it or replace it. Goat cheese versus your typical dairy. So we look at food, we look at antioxidants as well,
Mm.
things that are, that your gut are going to love, that really, really help you feel nourished from the inside
How do
out.
we do this gut test?
It's a blood test.
It's a blood test.
There's a blood test. There's a saliva test.
Okay.
There's a stool test. There's all sorts.
Right.
So depending on how bad you feel,
But I'm scared to do the test now. It reminded me of the food intolerance test. I did
yes,
do that, and I was intolerant to like
everything.
everything. Right. So, so is this the same like similar approach?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. But I mean, food intolerances are also one mechanism.
Mm.
Okay. And the beauty of what we do is we don't just take your food intolerance test and eliminate everything off your diet. It's restrictive.
I agree.
It's too difficult to achieve. It's overwhelming. What we really do is, like I said, we start with small steps. These are the things that are the biggest triggers. We identify them and we give you replacements. We give you alternatives so that you feel that you actually have options every day.
This is really important. I think personal experience and from what I've seen from friends and family, the moment I feel I am restricted from things, the moment I feel that whatever I'm doing is not going to work.
Yeah.
And
because it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. And that's one of the, not related to gut health. Of course, it is related, but that's one of the things that we're trying to solve at New Planet is where there are no restrictions. Today, if I want to
indulge,
right? But I know within the limitations of what I have, like instead of having like if I have a lifestyle for a healthy gut, etc., and you have 100 options to choose from. In reality, what I have at home is three options, two options, and they're gonna repeat themselves. So I'm restricted.
Right.
But when you have the 100 options available at all times, without research, without homework, without cooking, then life becomes easier.
Very much
then you
so.
can adapt quicker.
Very much so. And another example. So this is beautiful, and this is, I guess, why Meal Planet, is really, really gonna facilitate so many lives and complements and will embed very nicely with what we're doing at CosmeSurge. But I mean, another very simple hack. You don't need to stop what you're eating if you, for example, have a carb-heavy meal. Actually, just flip the order of the food you're gonna eat during that meal, and sometimes just reordering what you start with and what you end with actually will limit that glucose spike. Or take that walk, the famous what your grandparents tell you should eat and then walk for 10 minutes. Exactly. Exactly, right? And that works, Khalid. I mean, I've tried it. I wore a CGM for a couple of months, the continuous glucose monitor. And it was very interesting. I would eat the pasta and see, I would eat my favorite foods just to test what happens to my body, how does it metabolize it, how does it digest it, what happens to my blood sugar as a result. And everyone is different. And so
and what happens when you eat the pasta? Do you have like a sugar spike?
I had a sugar spike, and simple 2-minute jumping jacks and a few squats, I lowered it.
My mother is so cute. She's in the US right now, and she tried it, and now she stopped eating bread. Every bite of bread, like her sugar spikes.
Yes.
But is it good? Is it healthy? Is it really taking care of yourself? Like I tell her, like mom, like you gotta like eat in moderation. Like eat bread. She loves bread. Now she stopped it.
Right.
Maybe
but there are alternatives, right, to the type of bread. I mean, white bread that's refined is different than sourdough. So not all breads also are the same.
See,
right?
This is the beauty of why we should. I should come to you personally. It's a lifestyle. There's no restrictions, so there are other alternatives.
Exactly, and it's about these hacks. These lifestyle hacks that give you this confidence, Khalid, so that yes, you're on a meal plan, but let's say it's Saturday night and you're out for dinner, right? You want to make that right choice. Even whether it's called a cheap meal and you're having it with a glass of wine, you want to make that right choice. And so, again, going back, that's the toolkit, empowering you to make those decisions so that if you're off balance today, you know that it's fine. It's okay. It's all about.
You brought up a really, really important point, and we tend, due to the busy lifestyle and how we're living day to day and the workload, it's taking control of yourself and feeling better. So and the energy Um, it's tell me more about this. Like I've experienced it personally with my SIFO condition, and then resolved. I
Yeah.
felt I'm alive again. I felt I lost control of my body, my weight. I felt again. But how does it really work? Like it maybe it sounds the obvious. We're saying the obvious,
Yeah.
like you eat better, you feel better.
Right.
But why and how do we?
One simple
Yeah,
statistic: 80%, okay, of the feel good hormone, which is called serotonin,
yeah.
is produced in the gut.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Right.
Okay,
And so when you actually eat well and you nourish your gut, your mind follows, your
gotcha.
confidence gets
You
better.
have more energy. You
Exactly,
work
you
out.
face your
Right.
day in a such a more powerful way. And so it's really really essential. The gut
Yeah.
brain axis, the gut skin axis, it's very very powerful. It's transformational.
And how is eating a balanced diet other than gut friendly, but a balance where you get like your vitamins and your minerals, etc. Is that part of the gut cleansing or lifestyle that we should
Yes,
follow?
exactly, Khalid. And again, not to, be pessimistic here, but let's face it. We live in a very polluted world. Our water sources are polluted. Microplastics are everywhere in everything you touch. Even the cleanest alternatives, glass water bottles, have microplastics in
Right.
them, right? So there is no escape. And so this is exactly why if there is no escape, what do we need to do? We need to empower this gut, okay, to
Excellent.
be
Yeah.
resilient. If your gut is strong, if you have that strong foundation, then it opens up your pathways to detox, renew, and cleanse.
Right.
If your gut is unhealthy and imbalanced, then you're going to face all the toxins and all the pollution, and your system will fail you. You're going to be sick, you're not going to feel well. So it's actually about being resilient in a world that is quite polluted, and
You're
the gut is at the center of this
you're
resilience.
absolutely right. I'll share a personal experience. I would say what 7 8 years ago, I was in India, and I went to the streets and I ate from the streets. My gut was so resilient back then, and I felt nothing. And I went again. It's a little bit too spicy, but I loved it and enjoyed it. Today, I feel my stomach is not resilient. My gut is not resilient, and when I mess up with things that I shouldn't be having or whatever, I can feel the impact immediately. So maybe I need to go back on a routine and make it
To
resilient and
build
strengthen
that
my gut. Right,
immunity. Exactly.
right.
Absolutely, Khalid.
This is the future of um, medicine and wellness. Tell me more about how you take that from CosmeSurge. Like, what is your holistic wellness program that includes gut health at CosmeSurge?
Again, to summarize it, it's an integrative approach. So nutrition and food is at the core, right? It's one of the key pillars of
Mm,
foundation. Following up, the
yeah,
coaching is critical.
yeah.
Testing and advanced diagnostics, Khalid. We're in the era of data, and AI is going to play a bigger role as we
Yeah.
move forward with
Sorry to
this.
cut you off, but we're focusing a lot on that at Meal Planet. Like
Yes,
we're tracking what you eat.
exactly.
We're allowing our customers to select what they want based on their health of their gut. So if you need like the anti-inflammatory, it's there. If it's like you can tell us like I have zinc deficiency, magnesium deficiency, so the algorithm will automatically push high zinc,
Exactly.
low magnesium, high potassium
Yes.
items. It's data, and then
Yes.
we track it,
Yes.
and we have all the reports that show you how much protein you had in a week and what's your trend, how calorie, carbs, macro, vitamins, micronutrients. So yes, we are at the age of and the era of data, and we should
Exactly.
use it to our health.
And the steps forward, like as I see the future right in front of me, it's gonna be you're gonna have a doctor with you that has 1,000 the best doctors in one brain,
Right.
right? Doctors are not disappearing. They're here to stay because that human connection is very, very important. No one will understand you. No AI will understand you better than that 1 hour conversation you have, right? But the insights that this doctor is going to get, that algorithm that's going to analyze thousands
Correct.
of data
Allow
points.
them to make better decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very, very good decisions. Actionable insights that you have currently on your Whoop. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
if.
I do. I just forgot it at home.
Okay.
But you know we connect with that, like the results at Meal Planet, whatever the
Yes.
data, food consumption, it's always connected. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Whoop can predict, okay, if I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
My Whoop gives me
Yeah.
the insights or the red flags that you're not
Yeah.
on the right track.
Right.
We're going to be able, as doctors, as healthcare providers, as patients ourselves, to have data that is going to be giving us these
Yeah.
insights all the time to help us make better decisions. So it's so exciting
It is.
because it's
It
all
is.
about prevention,
It is.
and prevention with predictive technology
Right.
is going to be so
I
powerful.
think the challenge for the future, from my own perspective, is how do we deliver this message?
Yeah.
And how do we deliver in a way that is simplified? Like, example, this podcast, like it's simplified, but like people should be aware.
Yeah.
It might be the obvious. Everyone's like, oh, I eat better, I feel better. But reality is science behind it, data behind it.
Right.
And it has a huge impact. You either live tired, bloated, no energy, or you're full of energy, good
Until
health.
you're 85,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
The last 15 years could be you're alive,
Right.
but not well,
Right.
with joint pain.
Correct.
And people tell you it's age,
Right.
and you accept it. Or you say, no, I want to live optimally.
And it's never too late.
Exactly. So, the bet here is that healthcare has been known to be more like sick care, okay? And we're moving away from
I
healthcare,
like that.
right? To
Yeah.
health, to well-being. And so your lab results could be within the normal range. At CosmeSurge, any doctor that picks it up is not going to be okay with the normal range. They're looking at an optimal range.
Right.
So it's those steps that you're going to do to optimize.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I learned so much from you today, Maya. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
coming.
having
That
me.
was lovely. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.